Today we have got a wonderful soup for you. We are making a cream of broccoli soup. You're gonna love it, so stick around and see how we make this fantastic cream of broccoli soup for that cold winter day. Thanks for stopping by Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine. I am Chef Johnny. Like I said, we are making a cream of broccoli soup that I think y'all are really going to enjoy. Gonna get this made up. First thing we're doing is making our veloute sauce. Now, veloute is one of the mother sauces in French cooking. There's 5 of them. Stick around. Later on in the video, I'll tell you how to remember the 5 sauces, a little acronym I have for doing that. But we're gonna do it, but we're gonna make our veloute sauce. Turn on my cooker here, get the heat up, and what I have is I have about 9 ounces of butter. And this is an unsalted butter. Always use unsalted, then add your salt later on. I'm gonna melt that, and when it melts, I'm making a roux, right? So we're gonna go in with 9 ounces of flour. Now, remember, roux are equal parts by weight, all right? Not by volume, but by weight. So 9 ounces of butter, 9 ounces of flour. We're gonna make a nice roux. We're gonna come back in this pot, 1.5 gallons is gonna get pretty full. I think what I'm gonna do is probably not quite add it all, and I'll add that last quart or so in whenever we start making our soup. So come in here and let me show you how we make this roux and the veloute sauce. So as you can see, my butter's melted. Here's my flour, just an all-purpose flour going in with it. And I'm gonna incorporate these good together. Be careful with your roux, don't burn it. This is a blonde roux. So in a blonde roux, it's still gonna be nice and golden. All we're doing is taking out the raw flour taste, all right? So let's get this done. And we're just gonna keep stirring here. Make sure you work those corners good so that you don't have it down in the corner. That if it's gonna burn, that's spots it'll burn at. But remember, don't go too fast. You burn your roux, it's starting all over again. If it was a dark roux, it takes a while to get there. Being a blonde roux, not gonna take long at all. I think this roux is ready to start getting some of our stock, so we're gonna gradually start adding our stock. Now remember, your sauce will not thicken until this comes to a boil. So don't get all worried and go, oh, this isn't thick enough, and start adding more flour. Bring it to a boil, then check your thickness, all right? So let's start adding our stock in. Oh, and I probably have, that was 3 quarts in there. I probably got a quart, maybe a little over a quart of my stock in. So I'm gonna work it in till it gets smooth, and once it's smooth, I'll add in some more stock. We always wanna keep it smooth and get rid of all of our clumps that may be in there. As you can see, this is starting to thicken up on us. It's getting pretty thick as it approaches a boil. So we're gonna add some more stock to this, thin it out some, and keep stirring to keep them clumps out. And we're just going in with about another quart of our liquid, maybe 1.5 quarts. And we're gonna work this in, just like we did that other one. Just keep adding, and like I said, I got a 7-quart pot, so this should almost fill it up. Let's see how it goes. May not add all my liquid. Once you get to this stage, you really don't have to worry about that clumping much anymore. We'll bring this to a boil, let it thicken, then we'll add the next 3 quarts. We're gonna come in and add about a quart of liquid. Yeah, it probably went over, probably about 1.5 quarts in there, but just gonna stir that in, let it incorporate in with that, and then we'll get in the rest of our chicken stock. I've got a little over 1.5 quarts. So we're gonna come in this pot, it's starting to get full, and we're gonna kind of see how much of this stock I can get in there and fill safely that we won't be rubbing it over the edges. A little less than 1 quart left to go. As you can see, our pot is just almost full. It's close to the edge, but everything's incorporated, so we don't have to stir it around a whole lot anymore. We're just gonna reduce this. I'm gonna bring it up to a boil, take it down to a simmer, let it simmer for about 1/2 hour, and it'll reduce down to having a little bit over 1 gallon of veloute sauce in it. So let's let this start reducing. So we're gonna move this over to the side here, and as it reduces down, we're gonna get our broccoli, our onions, our celery, get those ready to go, and we're gonna start putting this soup together. So see the other ingredients that go in. Time to get in our broccoli. And again, 3 pounds. What I did was I took 3 pounds. If you want to, you can reserve 4 ounces of the florets to garnish your soup bowls with later. I just bought a small crown and I took the florets off of it. So I got 3 pounds of broccoli, and then I have got the stem from those florets, right, of a small crown. So I think there was 4 crowns in here is what I got, but broccoli's in, 4 ounces of celery, and we've got a pound of onion, diced up, just a medium dice, and our veloute sauce is still reducing. So let's bring y'all in, let y'all see in here. Just be stirring this around, move this kind of to the middle, and show y'all how this looks in here. So here's our vegetables. Let's just stir them around in here, and we're gonna cook them until they're nice and tender. Probably take us about, I'd say about 15 minutes to get these cooked good. So there you have our vegetables. They're cooking in here, they're sauteing. Actually what they're doing is they're sweating. I don't want it to be hot enough that they brown. I don't want any browning in it. So it's a sweat, it's a little cooler temperature, takes a little bit longer to cook it that way. But what it's gonna do is it's gonna make these nice and tender, no browning. It's gonna help with the flavor of this cream of broccoli soup. Working with my veloute sauce while that is sauteing. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just skimming the foam that comes up on the top. Every once in a while as this is simmering, just come over here and kind of skim the top, get that foam off. It's gonna just give you a lot nicer sauce. Here we go. These veggies are just almost tender. That's where we want them at, is in this stage where they're almost tender. We'll add our veloute sauce to them and bring them to a boil and then lower that down to a simmer. Here's our veloute sauce, just a little over a gallon. Pick it up and pour it in. Get all that out of there. We're gonna bring this up, get this simmering really good, let it simmer until the vegetables are all the way tender. While these vegetables are simmering, I just want to remind you, the recipe is gonna be down below in the description box. You'll have the full recipe down there on how to make the veloute sauce, also how to make this vegetable soup. So look for it down there. There's all kinds of great things down there, links to other videos, information about sharing this on Facebook. Always share my videos. That's one way to really support the channel. Other ways to support the channel are, one, watch the whole video, make comments, give you the thumbs up, but also to use my affiliates. So there's an Amazon link there. There's a link there for meat. Different companies that support me, just support them. Tell them Chef Johnny sent you. If you use my Amazon link, I make just a little bit of money. Even though it's not in my Amazon store, you can search from Amazon from my store. I get credit for it. It doesn't cost you any more, but it helps the channel. So things like that are in the description box. And also remember, we have, how do you remember the 5 mother sauces, right? Veloute is one of them. I have a little acronym I use, and it's the Beeve. If y'all remember the old TV show Leave It to Beaver, right? They called him the Beeve. Well, the 5 mother sauces are tomato, hollandaise, espagnole, bechamel, veloute. So there's our 5, the Beeve, the BV. So tomato, hollandaise, espagnole, bechamel, veloute. A little way to help you do that. We're gonna get back, show you how we blend up these vegetables now, and we are gonna have some fantastic cream of broccoli soup. Soup's nice and tender. We're gonna get in the stick blender, start blending this up. So here we go. We're just gonna blend this up real good. It's blended good. Let's check and see how it tastes, see if we need to adjust our seasonings any, salt, pepper. I think it needs a little bit more salt. Now remember, you've used a prepared base in this, so it's salty, but I think it used just a little bit more. So I'm gonna add a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half of salt. Stir that in. Our cream's good and hot, so I'm gonna pour it into our soup. Got 26 ounces of cream here. Stir our cream in. And we got that hot so it didn't cool it down any. So this is ready. We would have strained it before that if we wanted to get those particulates out. I didn't want to leave those little bitty chunks of broccoli in there. So that's good. We're going to sample it one more time to see if we need to adjust our seasonings after the cream went in. If not, this will be ready to go and we'll show you how we plate it up. A little more salt. Maybe another teaspoon. And this time I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper. Not much, just a little bit. You can give it a little different bite to it that the white pepper would not have. I think this soup is ready to give a try. We're going to come in here and take our little bouillon cup. Right there. Oh, it's pretty. Let me come in close and let y'all see these. There you go. Lovely color to it. A green floating around. That would be gone if we would have strained it, but that's it. I'm going to clean the cup up a little bit and garnish it up. I'm just going to take my broccoli florets and drop them in there. So there you have it. A little garnish with broccoli florets on top that we par cooked. It's good and hot. Oh yeah, very, very creamy, great soup. Man. Well, there you have it. Fantastic soup for a cold winter day. Cream of broccoli soup. If you wanted to make this a cheesy broccoli soup, you could always add some sharp cheddar cheese to it at the end. Even once you've put it in the bowl, garnish it with that sharp cheddar. Would work very good, but a fantastic cream of broccoli soup. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine. Always do appreciate it. We'll see y'all down the road.